Yo, this is how I lost. Let me see. Uh, it was like $8,000. On day trading the S&P 500 and Nasdaq this morning. 8,397. No, 8,426.54. So today my draws liquidity got hit. I made the same exact mistake as yesterday, and from here on out I'm never making that mistake again. And it was waiting for a 5-minute retrace. I got impatient and I did not wait for a 5-minute retrace. This is never going to happen again. I'm going to journal today, and my draws on liquidity actually did get hit, although it doesn't look like it. I was aiming for session lows and then hourly lows, and as you can see, the session low did get hit on NQ. If I'm being completely honest, once the session low got hit on NQ, I probably would have either switched my stop loss to break even, but I definitely would have gotten a partial. I don't think I would have fully closed because I still wanted to see these lows get hit. With that being said, if I had waited for a 5-minute retrace, we would have had a winning day today, albeit small, a winning day. So, going into market open, we have news at 9:45, which is marked out right here. I will move this over to 9:30. That's when market open. Coming into market open, I'll just do this. Why not? Coming into market open, we created a 5-minute SMT. Although we were in bullish market structure, I wanted to see these lows get swept, because really we didn't have much liquidity to the upside besides this huge imbalance up here and then one hourly high. So I wanted to see us sweep these lows before making moves higher, if that. Additionally, pre-market, we swept Asia highs on both indexes and London highs. So again, I wanted to see rotations down. So I just needed a 5-minute liquidity sweep. That's all I needed was on the 5-minute to get a liquidity sweep. This actually, I think, pretty sped up. One sec. So as you can see, we swept liquidity immediately when market opened. And we created a 5-minute SMT from these highs to these highs, and then from equivalent highs, the 840 highs to these market open highs. On top of that, we filled a 5-minute continuation confluence, which was this 5-minute inverse for value gap. Looking back on it, I should not have used that. I should have used at least this 5-minute fair value gap. So regardless, though, we did come and fill the 5-minute on both indexes, and that is what caused me to not wait for that 5-minute retrace, right? I entered based off of a 1-minute break of structure to the downside and a decently good 5-minute candle closure. What I should have waited for was this retrace back up to this 5-minute and then confirmation out of that. And as you can see, I got stopped out on my first trade when not waiting for that and not waiting for confirmation, when I could have also providing another liquidity sweep, by the way. That is the SMT that's marked out from 820 highs to 950 highs and 820 highs to 950 highs. Nasdaq created the higher high where ES failed to sweep out those highs, officially taking out all of this liquidity, and creating those SMTs. So with that being said, when we had this 5-minute retrace, that should have allowed me to scale down. Now we're waiting for a 1-minute break of structure back down to the downside, which was my second entry. This was my correct entry. We'll get rid of that 5-minute. we inversed this 1 minute bullish fair value gap, if all the way down here, officially breaking structure to the downside. Same with on NASDAQ. Again, I took the trade on ES because it was the leading index off of this 5-minute SMT. Great entry. This was following my strategy. I should not have been down $5,000 here. This follows my strategy. So we enter. This is how it would have played out. Lots of chop. And right here, I think, is when NASDAQ took out that low, so 1037. Yep, 1037 right here. NASDAQ took full take profit, so at least take partials right here. This would have been our first take profit, was a 1 to 1.79 with extended take profits back down to these lows. Move stops to break even and break even. Actually, not yet. Holy. But you get the point. We would have broke even right here. This is what the trade should have been today. This is the trade. I messed up big time. I entered short 5 minutes too early, man. I mean, I've made this mistake twice in a row now. This will never happen again. 5-minute retrace. We waited for a 5-minute retrace. We got a good entry. Stops above these highs. And we have a winning trade. So, again, I'm never going to mess that up again. It is going on my list of mistakes that I've made that will never happen again. I actually, literally in my journal, have a page for mistakes to never make again. Mistakes to never make again. That is going on that journal. So, could have ended the day at least with one take profit. And it should have been, so today should have been a winning day. I honestly was really confident these lows were going to get swept on ES. And honestly, it's unfortunate that our high time frame, not high time frame really, but 5-minute SMT, 15-minute as well, I believe. Our 5-minute SMT didn't really play out in our favor. The leading index is the index that theoretically, should take out these lows and should be the leading index. Because again, the index that is leading on the SMT should be the leading index and therefore be the one to sweep liquidity. Because in order for this 5-minute SMT to play out, it has to sweep liquidity. So technically, this 5-minute SMT was invalidated today. Let me exit replay mode, because it actually ended up sweeping on NASDAQ. So if it wasn't fully, it was actually not necessarily invalidated, because we did have a liquidity sweep on one of the indexes, but it did not favor the leading index. So with that being said, I can't be mad about today, because I did predict where the market wanted to go. Ultimately, I wanted to see a session sweep. We got a session sweep. However, it could have been a winning day and saved me $8,000 worth of losses, and on top of that, it could have saved me. I probably would have made around $2,000 today. So, although not the biggest win, but could have saved us from a pretty big loss. So that was today's trade. Ultimately, good setup, good bias. And we're just going to have to come back stronger next week. The closer we get to Thanksgiving, the slower price action is going to get. I don't want to be trading definitely past Wednesday, probably past Tuesday of next week. I'll get on the charts on Wednesday, but I will be extremely, extremely cautious on Wednesday, and I'm going to be looking for a reason not to trade on Wednesday. But I would be okay with entering a trade on Tuesday. Oops. So Monday, no news Monday, probably shouldn't be trading. Tuesday actually looks really good. News in the morning, and then we can trade market open. Um, you know what? Wednesday doesn't look bad either. But I just am expecting it to be slow. Thursday, Friday, I'm not going to be taking any trades. Um, and then from there, whoops, whoops. From there, we should be good. Up until, we're going to have probably another 2 weeks of good price action. Should be good, decent price action. And then, um, and we hopefully can capitalize off of that. Um, some prop firms will probably be having some Black Friday deals if they're not up already. I actually think I am going to take advantage of that. I'm curious to see what Top Step is going to do about their. Um, Apparently, they're like getting rid of Top Step X to a bunch of users, and then like I don't know. Apparently, they're getting rid of their activation fees. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if those accounts are worth buying, and what we are gonna do about that. Um, I I look I will be looking to I will be looking to capitalize off of some of these discounts probably for Black Friday funded accounts. Um, I'm really really hoping that Apex has a Black Friday deal. I'm looking to buy 20 accounts on Apex and copy trade all of them, and then additionally I'm looking to I personally really really like Top Step. Um, but at this point, I don't know if I'm gonna take them as a. Um, I don't know if I want to be a funded trader with them. The reason why I do like them is because long term, they're live. When you get on a live account, their split is 90-10, which is really, really good compared to like Alpha Futures is like 70-30, maybe 80-20, but I'm pretty sure it's 70-30. And then um, my funded futures either 80-20 or 70-30. So I personally like Top Step with the 90-10 split for future long term, because I am looking to have these accounts until the end of next year. So Apex, definitely want 20 accounts with them, and I want to grow those accounts, probably be risking 250 on each, which I know is really low, but 250 or 500 on each. Um, and then Top Step probably just copy trade. So I'll probably be spending close to like $5,000 on funded accounts. Um, and long term with a long term vision on them, and then continue to live trade. Uh, yeah. So we're up $20,000 on the month still. Um, but it definitely hasn't been the best week this week. So, well, yeah. So, had a good early week and then have had two losses past 2 days. So, I don't want to say that I'm done with November because I mean, I'm up 20 grand, but I really think that Tuesday can be a good day. But I don't want to force a trade, and then Monday I don't like that it's no news Monday, so probably not going to trade. But that's it for me. Yeah, but I'll keep you guys updated on the funded accounts. We'll hopefully get some good deals. So, peace out. No more, from now on, 5-minute retrace. Every single trade. Go journal. Peace.